Hello, everyone. Good day to our all loving listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Sphere Rocket Podcast Network, your go to destination in exclusive conversations with the top tier real estate professionals. I am your host, Sweet, and today we have a very special guest with us. In 2014, our guest founded the Wenner Group and quickly growing it to 300 million yearly sales. Wow. She is known as a great leader who not only runs her successful team but also loves coaching and mentoring real estate agents nationwide. Her career highlights include producing over 1.5 billion in sales, winning in multiple awards including the Team of the Year award from the Arizona School of Real Estate Business in 2019. Wow, and a ranking in the top 1.5 of agents and teams nationally by Real Trends for over a decade, earning the Women of Strength Award. She's an author, coach, a mother of four, and dedicated to helping real estate professionals succeed in helping their clients live an extraordinary lives. Please welcome into the show, Jen Wenner. Hi, Jen.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. It's an honor.
Yeah, it's an honor and pleasure to have you here in the podcast. I'm really excited to know about your stories and really learn from you today. Of course, our listeners here are, of course, for sure are excited and delighted to have you here in the podcast. So, yeah, wow. So, really great achievement that I've read from your profile. It's really producing 1.5 billion in sales. So, Jen, let's start with what sparked interest in you to really start your business in the real estate industry?
I come from very humble beginnings. I grew up in Riverside, California, and where I grew up, there was not a lot of people that had big dreams. And it just was preposterous because I'm growing up in this country where like you could do anything you want. And so I moved out to the beach. I went to business school. I had my first daughter when I was 18. So I was pretty much a single mom, and I was going to college. I knew it was Plan X. I've always wanted to work for myself. I've always wanted to make a lot of money. And not just because I wanted to make a lot of money, but what does it provide? You know, the lifestyle for my kids, the ability to take vacations, to never miss a game. It was to help people at a higher level. Sigmund Freud says that the two greatest things in life are love and work. And if you think about it, of course, love, but with work, you can help and serve so many people. And when you want to grow, it's just that many more people that you can help. And that's just for me like a way to, have a legacy, to make the world a better place. So I found I was pricing out tanning salons back in 2003. I was going to rent a studio. I looked at hair salons. And then I found some friends flipping homes here in Arizona. I looked at like what I was paying for rent, 1,700 a month in Huntington Beach, and I could buy two homes and both mortgages were less than 1,500. So I'm like, wow, I can actually get ahead. So I got in like the end of '03. With the early part of 2004, I already started to really take off. I was holding open houses. I was door knocking. I had flips going. So every time I had a flip, I did the massive amount of marketing to get buyers. And so I realized really quickly that there was no way I could do two things at one time. I was like at Thanksgiving, I was getting calls from leads on my listings, and I'm like, how dare you bother me on Thanksgiving? But at the same time, I'm like, how do I sell this home quicker? How do I help more buyers? So I got an assistant. And I just loved leverage because every time I leverage, I was able to open myself up to like a better and higher use of my time. So I got in, I started investing, I bought in like a multifamily home, single family rentals, and then I built a 10 luxury home subdivision. But then 2008 happened and I lost everything and I could barely I barely survived foreclosure on my own house. I was over $1 million in debt. So 2008 was absolutely like devastating. At the same time, I got into bank-owned homes and short sales. And then in 2011 is really when I started like blogging, getting my website out, working with higher internet leads. And I couldn't really afford, when I was rebuilding, to have a in-person assistant paying $40,000-$50,000 a year or more, right? And so my first employee, and he's still with me today, was a virtual assistant. And I locked myself in a room. I made videos of how to do a listing, how to set up an action campaign in my CRM. And then I was able to scale faster. So then in 2014, just quick, this is big view, is I really wanted to run my real estate business as a real business, not as a slave job, because I do have 4 kids who are very important to me. And so from then on, I took Sundays off. I started hiring good agents. The meantime, my virtual assistant team just got bigger. They just got stronger because now our assistants use them at a higher level. So Fast Track today, and here I am. We have 55 agents. We did about 170 million last year, which was down from 220 the year before because of the crazy market. But we had our best months on record, February and March, and we're on track for 300 million as we've acquired higher caliber agents, and even some teams are actually joining my team.
Wow, that is so amazing. That is so amazing, and yeah, and also inspiring at the same time. Because when you told your story, it was really like there's like really, it's not always unicorns and rainbows, right? There's also like challenges that you've encountered along the way. So I'm curious, when you hit that, maybe we could say a rock bottom in 2008, when you
Yeah.
hit that low. So what was your like mindset before that really helped you to, oh, I gotta do this work, and really like going to content creation and then leveraging your business? What was your thought process at that time?
If I can be very honest on this, because I'm just like, sometimes I just like to tell the truth and the honesty behind it. But I was an alcoholic. And when things got really bad, the only way I could escape that like horrible, worry and scare and fear that I had was to drink. So my rock bottom was literally a rock bottom where I was $1 million in debt. And actually, the straw that broke the camel's back was when my credit card got declined for buying lice shampoo for my daughter. She got it at my babysitter's house. And I'm like, I couldn't even afford a $12 bottle of lice shampoo. And that to me was like, oh my God. And really, my rock bottom was finding God. And since then, it's not something you have to pay me for. I love what I do. I love real estate. I know it's the American dream. I know the people that we serve. Now I can coach agents at a national level. And being able to see our clients' life change was amazing. I have dear friends that are from my clients, but at the same time, now I'm seeing agents build legacy money, passive forms of income, and including commissions, and being able to plug into our system so they can stay doing what they love, and that's selling homes and serving clients. So, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for being honest and being vulnerable in this show. And yeah, that is so inspiring, like being like catching yourself like, oh, I gotta change this thing because I have someone who is you have 4 children that is is dependent on you. And yeah, and like what you've said, you want to provide like a lifestyle with them. So can you share to us some of your favorite moments with your 4 children, or with your family, now that you have achieved this kind of success that you have right now?
Yeah, well, whew, probably the most magical weekend I had was this last weekend. And my oldest daughter is 27. I have a 17-year-old daughter, and then I have a 13-year-old boy, and I have an 8-year-old boy. And we're all celebrating Mother's Day together. And my mom is there, my stepdad, and I'm looking at like this is the best time in my life where I've had the deepest relationships. And it's all been because I've built the business where I have, and because I have really good people, I'm able to take that time away. In 2 weeks, we're going to go to Whitefish, Montana together, my mom. So legacy, family. My kids are literally probably the only reason why I'm still here today, because it was the why that powered me through the darkest times of my life. And in that time, the one thing that's kept me going day after day, going through some really serious personal struggles, was my purpose. Every day when I wake up, I do have my morning routine. I am a big exercise fanatic. I do sauna, I do cold plunge. I am into meditations in the morning. But when I hit my desk and I get to my computer, I am like ready for the day. So having a purpose that's going to drive you so far beyond when you would have given up before, it's that faith, that like universe, and it sounds hokey pokey, but you put it out to the universe. You just try to be the best version of yourself, and not when just people are looking, but when people are not looking. And you'd be amazed at like how much more you will accomplish when it's so much bigger than yourself, so much bigger than just having a nice home and nice cars, even nice vacations. But it's that accomplishment, that hard work that you put in, and you see the fruits of your labor, and not just in what you can do for your family, but how you can allow others to do them for their family. And they help people do things for their family, and so on. And it's just a big chain, that you can start, just from one human spark.
Love that. Yeah, I totally agree with that. It's like a ripple effect or a chain reaction, just like you said, that you were able to focus on yourself first, like do all those routines that you have, the self care, really loving yourself with meditation and all of that. And being able to like pass it on to different people as well. And I've seen that in your bio that you also do coaching. So
Yeah.
how does coaching work in the real estate industry? Because of course there's also like that transformation coaching, something like that, that I've also known. So how does it work with the real estate industry?
Well, I will say, even though I do coach, I will always have a coach myself. You can't do it alone. It literally takes a village. If I'm going to do things, say I'm just by myself, I'm going to be able to like sell homes. I'm going to be able to do fairly well, right? But I can only see one step in front of me because it's only me. I have my mastermind group, I have my mentors, and with them, I could see further pass ahead. So now it's the same thing when I work with agents. So, first of all, any agent that coaches with me has access to multiple masterminds every week, and we get together events every month. We do quarterly events where we go to Nashville or Mexico and get together. But what it is very personal for me. It's not just how many units and volume, but yes, we break down their numbers, their goal for gross commission income and what they're going to net, how they're going to do it, having a business plan and actually sticking to it. But I also get into personal. So, we talk a lot about professional leverage, but there's so many things that, especially women and moms, I find we take on so much. So we're working so hard in real estate and we have a zero balance life, right? And then we have mom shame and guilt. So how can they put in leverage? My first coaching, because I've made more mistakes than I've made successes, like way more mistakes. So I can save agents that are really looking to build a business so many mistakes. But my first step is looking at their time, reallocating it, looking at their business, but to input leverage into their business as fast as possible. And that is through a VA, because that's the most affordable way to scale. And you can keep that VA if they're good, for life possibly. But I also look at like, how can you put in personal leverage? Can you have a house cleaning service? I look at how you're spending your money. What's your dollar per hour? Because I can tell you, I can clean my house better than any cleaner that would ever go in it, because my mom raised me. But if I clean the house and it takes me 5 hours, I could have paid somebody $100, but meanwhile, my dollar per hour is around $300 an hour. So I would have I could have made $1,500. So literally it's $1,400 I lose every time I clean my house. So it's that kind of thinking: meal prep, gym trainer, care.com for somebody that can come in your house and do your laundry, pick your kids up from school, things like that. And then where they want to be in their personal life. What is their big, their big 2 personal goals for the year? Sometimes it's agents that like want to lose 50 pounds, and we just had an agent lose 60 pounds on our on our team. So that's exciting. But yeah, definitely looking at it from what's your 5-year plan, breaking it down to 2 years, 1 year, and then every week we're checking in. It's really heavy accountability. I know that's what I need. I know that's what most agents need. And if you don't have somebody holding your feet to the flame, like how, you're just going to, go on your feelings. Like, what do I feel like doing today? Instead of like, what do I have to do today to hit my goals?
Love that. I think it's really that providing that community for the real estate. And yeah, I totally agree with that. And that was so awesome. And yeah, and maybe I think it's really kind of like seeing the bigger goal and then reverse engineering from that.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
the good thing with like having a coach and coachee and being part of a community, like what you have is really having that, but like what you've said, accountability to really like like not really monitor, but it's really fun when you have someone with you to reach your goals and check in with you. And yeah, and you have spoke fondly with leverage several times. So can you share to us and also, I mean, you've mentioned about like VAs, hiring virtual assistants even before. So can you share to us some like tips out there for our listeners who are maybe it's their first time hiring a virtual assistant, or they are like what they call this, learning on how to hire a virtual assistant, and you seem like a very expert in that area as well. So can you share to us some of the tips that you personally use when you are hiring a virtual assistant?
Yes, and I can tell you that I actually am not the one managing my virtual assistants today, so I can back up and tell you how I managed them when I was beginning. But first of all, the mindset is like so many people, and I can tell you I've been guilty of it too. When we think of virtual assistants, we're like, oh, it's just somebody in the Philippines. I'm just going to like say, hey, do these videos, and not spend any time teaching them and building that relationship. It's a human, a real life human that's supporting their family that can work with you for year after year after year. But it's how much are you going to pour into them? So first of all, like get deep with your interviews, ask really good questions. Even things like what their experience is, right? How good are they? Are they on technology? What's most important to you, depending on what they're going to do. But interview a few, and see if they show up, how they show up. When you hire them, just know that it is a commitment on your end to train them. Don't expect them to train themselves. And there's some very easy things that you can do, even if you're starting out. There's Screencastify or Loom. Write down, keep track of everything you do every day in 15-minute increments for an entire week. You see, how am I spending my time? What things do you need to get off of your list? What are the tedious, tasky things that you can, social media or transaction coordination or working in your database? There's so many different places that they can go. But you're going to have a detailed job description. So there's no like vagueness. It's going to be very clear. You're going to have daily huddles. So at first, these daily huddles are going to be every day. They don't have to be every day. Once they get trained, 30, 60, 90 days are your major mile markers where you can track where you want them to be at each level. Daily huddles are going to be, what the top 3 priorities, like what they're going to do for that day, have a start of day report, an end of day report. And as you're hiring them, it's going to be micromanaging. You would have to do that with a human here, right? You would train, just like you would train them, you're going to train your VA. Have trainual videos. You can, like I said, use Loom, track, whether you're going to have them input a listing, everything you do, sharing your screen. And then that video is going to live forever. You can put it in an unlisted list on YouTube. that's what I did. Now we have Google Classroom and we have formal places for that. So maybe you have a system that you could do that today. Maybe you just make it really easy on yourself and put it into YouTube and they have that whole list. So that's going to be a way to train them. And then as you expand, every month, like, how are they doing? Are they getting deeper? Are they getting your feedback? But give them feedback in live time. And this is just something you can do to start, ramp up, and then, keep going and progress from there.
Yeah, love that. There you have it, friends. If you are a business owner who are looking for a virtual assistant, Jen here has shared a very, very extensive information on how you can try and leverage your business. So thank you so much, Jen. And just one more before we proceed to our next segment. If our listeners right there, right here, who is also aspiring to achieve the level of success that you have right now, what is that one piece of advice that you could give them?
One piece of advice for it would really, it sounds very elementary, but it's having a goal and a plan. So that kind of twofold. What is your clear goal? And if you're just like, oh, I want to do more, no, what is your goal? Is it $200,000 a year? Is it $300,000 a year? You need to know what you need to hit and mile markers along the way. So that business plan, I have literally, it's a 1-page business plan. Because those 10 pages, 20 pages, you'll never do it. What are your top 3 goals? And that's all on 1 page. So if you carry that page wherever you go with your goals, with the top 3 priorities in your business on how you're going to get to that number, you carry that with you wherever, you will know where you're supposed to go and whether you hit it or not.
Love that. Love that. It's really nice learning from you today, Jen. So I know our listeners as well have learned a lot of golden and pick a lot of golden nuggets from you. So if they want to hear more from you or learn more from you, where they can reach out or like contact you.
Yes. The best way is to find me on Instagram, Jennifer.Wehner. So Jennifer.Wehner. I'm very active. Send me a direct message. I personally respond to every message. And really, it's like mindset of abundance, of just having that collaboration over competition. And, it makes it so much more fun.
Love that. Love that. All right. And yeah, and there you have it, friends. Just stay there because after our commercial, we will have another segment with our guests. So stay tuned.
Overwhelmed with work? Well, meet your new partner from Sphere Rocket VA. In just a click, get matched with a virtual assistant who handles all the tedious tasks. No in-person hiring, no extra office gear, just easy online help from our recruitment team. It's like having an extra pair of hands minus the hassle. So ready to relax and see your work done just like magic? Choose Sphere Rocket VA and visit us at www.sphererocketva.com.
Okay, and we're back still here with Jen, and it's time for our lightning round. So, Jen, lightning round are just quick and fun questions. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Love it. Love the energy. All right. So, first is what is your favorite business book?
It's actually my number 1 gifted book, and it is Mental Dynamite by Andrew Carnegie and Napoleon Hill. Seriously, like something that will change your life forever.
Love that. Yeah. And next is who is your favorite influencer or coach?
Wow, that is a very hard one. I will just say one of my all-time favorites is John Maxwell. I have pretty much read all of his books. I listen to his podcast every week. And he's been coaching, humans forever.
Yeah, love him too. And yeah, next is what is your favorite lead generation method?
Oh, the internet of any sort. So Zillow, Google, social media, just using technology and systems to reach a much bigger audience.
Yeah, love that. Really maximizing all of the resources. And yeah, biggest goal for 2024.
Biggest goal is to hit 300 million in sales and to buy my dream home at the end of the year.
Love that. Love that. Wishing that for you too. And yeah, best Amazon purchase or your favorite Amazon purchase.
Oh, well, besides Mental Dynamite, I would say my book, The Renaissance Real Estate Agent, by me. It's everything I've learned over 20 years, poured my heart and soul into it. But I also do, I love to gift, so I gift that one as well.
Love it. Yeah, thank you so much, Jen. It's a pleasure learning from you today. And yeah, really had a great time and very hearing your inspiring story and yeah, picking golden nuggets from you. Do you want to if there's something that you want to promote or give a shout out to, I'm giving you the floor.
Awesome. Well, we are looking for agents here locally, here in Phoenix, and also nationwide in a number of different markets. So you can follow me on Instagram, learn more. I have my book on Amazon, The Renaissance Real Estate Agents, and an open invite to our weekly mastermind, where we just pour in and literally share our playbooks every Monday morning. So anybody that would like to learn more on, how we can work, grow, possibly together, I'd love to hear from you.
Love that. Love that. Yeah, thank you so much, Jen, again. And it's a pleasure to have you here on the podcast. And we wish you continued success in your real estate endeavors. And yeah, there you have it, friends. Hope you learned from this episode. Don't forget to leave a comment of your favorite lesson that you have picked up from this episode and hit that subscribe button so you will never miss a single episode with us. And as always, if you have a suggestion for future topics or guests, we love to hear from you. Again, my name is Sweet, and until next time, stay inspired and keep building those spheres of success. Bye.
Feeling the difference with Sphere Rocket VA? Tasks are flying off your list, and there's more me time in your day. And guess what? It's all super affordable. Yes, you heard right. Our virtual assistants aren't just amazing at what they do, they're easy on your wallet too. No more stress over emails or schedules. With Sphere Rocket VA, you get your time back and keep your budget happy. Ready for simpler, affordable workdays? Head on over to www.sphererocketva.com. Join us at Sphere Rocket VA, where every day is easy and easy on your budget.